Hi guys. So I feel like adulthood is one of the biggest scams nobody explains to you. Because when you're younger, you think adults have everything figured out, right? You think they wake up motivated, they know what they're doing, they have routines, they meal prep, they pay bills calmly. And then you become an adult and suddenly you realize nobody knows what's going on. Like, honestly, I think we're all just tired people walking around pretending we know how taxes work. As a child, adulthood looked so glamorous. Like, to me, adults looked like they could just do what they wanted to do. They didn't have to ask for permission, they just had freedom, and this just looked like a dream to me. I just couldn't wait to grow up. I just thought adults had money, they could blow their money and just do whatever they want. And then I got to experience it for myself and realize that it's not so glamorous after all. Because in reality, you actually check your bank account before buying snacks. And you need recovery time after small little errands like grocery shopping. Like, why does going to the grocery store somehow take your entire afternoon as an adult? It's like a day's event. Sometimes I get ready and you'd think I'm going to some special event, but I'm actually just going to go get groceries. One thing nobody warned me about is that adulthood is basically constant maintenance. Like, something always needs attention. Being adult is buying the same 12 household items for the rest of your life. Basically, summed up into one sentence. That's adulthood. And nobody talks about the mental exhaustion. Not even physical tiredness, mental tiredness. Like remembering appointments, bills that need to get paid, work stress, meal planning, family responsibilities. Like, the list just goes on and on. My brain has 47 tabs open at all times. You spend the whole week waiting for Friday, and then the weekend lasts 14 minutes. And the funny thing is, a Sunday is actually such an emotional day for me. Because as much as it's a day that we used to recover before the week ahead, it becomes draining because we spend that whole day emotional about the next day, which is Monday. And as much as a weekend is a recovery day, it feels more exhausting than anything else because it's just not enough time to recover for the next 5 days of work. And there's also not enough energy to incorporate hobbies into the weekend. I think adulthood is realizing rest becomes a necessity, not a luxury. Like, nobody prepared me for how expensive living is. Like, honestly, why is everything so expensive? You walk into the grocery store, you grab like 6 things, and suddenly your total looks like a car payment. And now you're standing there reevaluating your entire life. And then there's budgeting. Having to allocate money to your goals and still wanting nice things. Like, balancing enjoyment and responsibility. It can be a tough task, but it's adulting. Financial responsibility ruins the excitement of literally everything. You add things to your cart and then you close the app dramatically because you remembered you're an adult. And then there's adult friendships. Nobody warned me that adult friendships require military level scheduling. You try to organize dinner with friends and suddenly everyone's tired, busy, recovering, emotionally unavailable, or working. And honestly, I understand it completely. Friendships gradually start changing naturally. Once you saw a specific friend every single day, and then it turned into once a week, and then it slowly moved to once a month, and eventually you just saw each other every other day throughout the year. What's quite nice about friendships that have a maturity around it is that even if you separate because of adulting, you tend to not lose that connection, even if you only see each other every other day throughout the year. So that's why I appreciate low maintenance friends while doing this adulting thing. Low maintenance mature friends realize that we can't be together every day. We've got busy lives and we don't take distance personally anymore. Adult friendships are mostly sending memes and saying we need to meet soon, let's go for a coffee, and basically never doing it. At this stage of life, cancelling plans feels luxurious. I enjoy spending time at home because this is where I get to do more self-care routines. I get to work on becoming more attractive. And I think that's what I find most enjoyable, just pouring into myself and protecting my energy more. I also think nobody talks enough about how confusing adulthood can feel emotionally. Like, you can have a job, responsibilities, routines, a normal life, and still feel unsure about everything. And I think that surprises people. A lot of the times we tend to compare ourselves online and we constantly feel like we should be further ahead than we currently are. There's always somebody's life online that looks better than yours, or more glamorous, or more put together. And every time social media highlights somebody else's achievement and announces it in notifications, it's sort of like a reminder to you that you're not moving as fast as you should. Forgetting that your life path is different to that person's life, but it's difficult with social media, especially now with like career apps that give milestones to our peers each time they get a promotion or each time they start a new job at some big firm. And it makes you wonder if you're in the correct career path, and also makes you wonder if you're doing enough. So social media makes everyone else's life look more certain than it actually is. There's this pressure to look successful by a certain age, and honestly, I think that pressure exhausts people quietly. But honestly, I think adulthood is slowly teaching me something important. That life is less about having everything figured out and more about learning yourself. Learning boundaries, protecting peace, choosing slower living, redefining success, and also growing more into myself and knowing myself better, and also being happier with myself. I don't think success means looking impressive anymore. I think success means feeling fulfilled and happy in my own life, and asking myself the question, like, what makes me happy, and answering the question honestly. Not so to me, I think success is peace. If you're also figuring life out one slightly chaotic week at a time, you're not failing. You're just human, and honestly, I think most of us are learning as we go. So if you'd like to come along on this journey with me, please subscribe, like, share this video, and click the notification bell to get notified when I post another video. Have a great week ahead, guys. Bye.